friends, and welcome back to the Wood and Burn YouTube channel. My name is Emily and I am here today to talk about my final cast on for the 12 Cast Ons 2026 make-along, which, if you haven't heard of it before, is a make-along that was started and is hosted by Ange or Angela of Yarn and Yarns, and it's just this really fun make-along where you cast on up to 12 projects between December 24th or Christmas Eve and New Year's. No, my goodness. You cast on between December 24th and January 31st of the following year. So, I have been participating this year, as you will know if you've been following along with this vlog series that I've been doing, and I technically at the moment have not actually cast on my 11th project, but I wanted to go ahead and film the intro for the 12th cast on just because my husband has the boys and so I've got a little bit of free time and it makes sense to go ahead and film the talking bit now. I am going to, for my 12th cast on, be casting on a pair of Fingerless Mitts for my sister-in-law. She works an office job and her hands get really cold while she's working. So I knit her a cowl that was not done in time for Christmas, and I thought it would be really fun to make a pair of Fingerless Mitts as well. And I'm going to be knitting it out of this Patons Croix socks in the plum colorway. So a really lovely purple. And this Patons Croix socks is a blend of, is it a 75-25? Yeah, it's 75% wool, 25% nylon. And I classify Patons Croix socks between a fingering and a sport. It's a little bit heavier than most fingering weights that I've used sometimes. Some balls are more like the fingering weight and some balls are more like the sport weight. So it's kind of in between, but there's only 166 yards per 50 grams. So I have a full 50 gram ball and then like a little bit nugget of a leftover that should be plenty to make some Fingerless Mitts. I was thinking about knitting the Rhinebeck is Calling Fingerless Mitts pattern. It's a pattern by Kayla from the Crazy Sock Lady, and I have had it in my Ravelry library for years. I actually test knit the pattern back in the day. But I was thinking about it and a couple of things. I don't really want an overly complicated pattern right now, and I know that the Rhinebeck is Calling pattern is not terribly complicated. It has some beautiful lace detailing and whatnot on it, but I'm really wanting something super simple, lots of plain knitting in the round, and yeah, just nice and simple. And I also don't want it to have a bunch of lacy holes in it because that kind of defeats the purpose of keeping it nice and warm. I do really want to re-knit the Rhinebeck is Calling Fingerless Mitts pattern. I remember really enjoying it and just really liking the finished product. So at some point I would like to make those for myself, but right now I think I was doing a little bit of looking on Ravelry, and there are a couple of just really basic simple ones. One that I was looking at, this is a free pattern, is let's see if you can see it here. Maybe. There we go. It's this one. It's got a little bit of a rib detail. It's the Fingerless Gloves by Margaret Stamback. I was also thinking about maybe doing just a full garter stitch one. So there's a couple here. There's one by Drops. This is just some basic Fingerless Gloves, hazelnut wrist warmers. And then there was another one that's easy garter stitch, all size Fingerless Gloves. So those were a couple that I was looking at. And then I do know that there is also a, words. There's a couple of patterns that I've saved previously that are just really simple. They don't have the garter stitch. They're just plain stockinette. Lots of knitting in the round, just a really lovely cozy type of pattern. And I'm leaning towards one of those because they have just the traditional, I guess, cuff up construction that I think I would be looking for. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is just find one of those super simple patterns. This is one of the ones I was looking at. They're the North Mittens by Suzanne B. There we go. Really classic, simple Fingerless Mitts. I think I'm leaning towards those. And then there was another one, I think this was the other one, the Warm and Simple pattern here. That's another really basic one. So I think I'm leaning towards the Nord Mitts. I think I'll go with those and just use US size 1s to get them a nice tight gauge, or tight for me. I really struggle to get a tighter gauge. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do with these. Super simple, hopefully fast project. Yeah, I was technically, the last project in my bowl that I was pulling out of was a tulsa tee out of some light pink yarn, which I would still like to knit, but I was realizing that with the number of garments that I already have on my needles, that I didn't want to cast on another garment, especially one in a fingering weight when I already got a fingering weight and a couple other ones. I'd like to finish like my ranunculus, I'd like to finish the Dreaming of Spring, and get a little bit more progress done on the crumb cardigan and the retroactive pullover done before casting on another one. I think that would make me feel a little bit better rather than having like 8 garments on the needle for myself. So yeah, that's why I decided to pull that one out, and I'm going to save it, and I'm actually thinking about doing a kind of carrying on the sort of random pulling out of a bucket idea for throughout 2026, and when I get ready to want to cast something on, to pull something out of the container and go from there. I have absolutely loved that process where there's so little pressure, there's no decision making for me, I just grab it out and go. And it's been really good. It also has made it so that I can really easily tell if I really want to knit a project or not, which is not something I expected it to do, but it's been doing that, which is great. And yeah, I've just really enjoyed that the planned random aspect of 12 cast ons. But anyway, I have a bit of a limited timeline. I have another video intro that I need to film for a very fun vlog that's going to be a long time in the making, but I'm very excited about it. It has to do with a thrift flip and recycling yarn. So if that sounds interesting, be sure to subscribe, because I'm hopefully going to be working on that over the next bit. And yeah, so I want to get that filmed, and then I want to sit down and do some actual knitting while my husband is gone. I was going to do some sewing, but I think I'm going to do some knitting, and I might try and do some sewing this afternoon. We shall see. Anyway, let's get these mitts on the needles. Alrighty friends, it is time to go ahead and wrap up the last segment of my last official vlog for the 12 cast on series. I am hoping to do a bit of a roundup vlog about all of the different projects and to show any of the progress that I made on them throughout the month of January, but that will probably be coming early February. I'm not exactly sure yet. Yeah, so 12th cast on was Fingerless Mitts, and I realized that these last two vlogs for cast on number 11 and 12 kind of turned into more of project vlogs rather than just cast on vlogs, so I think I just kind of got to the end and then life was just really crazy and sleep was lacking, and I needed to kind of space out some of the filming a little bit. So apologies for the loud noises. My 1-year-old's toddling around in here. So yeah, this is where I got on the first fingerless mitten. I'm actually very, very close to being done with the knitting portion of this. I have maybe... You are making so much noise. Hi! Maybe 2 or 3 more rounds before I cast off for the thumb. And this is, again, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure that I said it, but these are the North mittens. I was calling them the Nord mittens. Oh, is it not turned on? Not right now, in just a minute. Yeah, they're looking really good. I am pretty happy with them. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and make myself a pair out of some other pattern squirrel yarn I have. I like that you can do that with the ribbing. I don't love the fact that there's so much extra fabric here. So on my next pair, if I do indeed do the other one, I might try and do some decreases when it gets a little bit higher up. We shall see, but I feel like there's a lot of extra fabric here, which is perfectly fine when you fold it down, and it's just fine. But I want to be able to have it all the way up, and I think it'll be fine for my sister-in-law. I think it'll be quite cozy. But yeah, and so then I've got to finish this and then stitch up all the holes where I picked up stitches and get that sorted and weave in all the ends, and this one will be done, which I'm really pleased about. I'm hoping that I can get the next one done in the next week or so. We shall see. I'm trying to put a lot of work into my test knit project, and then I've also got the Rouge cardigan that I cast on. But that one is great because I do have to do pauses in between because of the waiting for the next clue to come out. So that one's not as bad, but I do really want to get a lot of work done on my Dreaming of Spring test knit that I've been working on because the deadline is in February. It's late February, but I would really like to get it done ahead of time just to check it off the list. So we shall see. This one has been good in that it's a lot of really simple knitting and kind of mindless knitting, which I really appreciate and have enjoyed. And yeah, I'm really thinking about casting on another pair because I have found that I think there have been a number of times where it have been really nice to have a pair of fingerless mittens, fingerless gloves. So yeah, really enjoying the pattern. I think I talked through kind of the changes that I did to it. I've cast on 50 stitches. Next time I would honestly go down even more. I think I would probably do maybe even 46 stitches because it's loose-ish, especially down here on my hand. Like there's a lot of extra, not a lot, there is some extra fabric that I personally like it when it's like quite snug on my hands. So I could probably do 46 stitches and be happier with it. So that is definitely something I'll look at. And I may even do fewer in the, no, I'd probably do 46 in the rib. And then potentially do some decreases after I split for the thumb. Yeah, other than that, it's a great free pattern. I do recommend it. It's been pretty easy to work through for the most part. And yeah, not a lot else to say. So that brings us to the end of the last official vlog for this series for this year. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I've really, really enjoyed making casting on all of these things and making the vlogs, and I am really looking forward to next year. And I am very excited to be working on these projects throughout the year. I'm really excited to be able to get back to some of the projects. My goodness. Are you getting into the closet that you're not supposed to get into?
No.
Mm-hmm. I think you are. One moment. I'm back. Thank you again to Ange from Marrying Yarns for creating and hosting this make-along. It has just been such a joy and such a fun way to start off January. It has made it really exciting and something to really look forward to. I know that January can be a tough time of the year for a lot of people, and yeah, I've really enjoyed having this be a part of January. I think that's all I have for this one. I hope you're all doing well and having some lovely cozy time, cozy knitting time. I'm hoping to get that last roundup vlog done here in the next couple of weeks. We shall see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.